shoot, I said as you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalker, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, I said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings. Welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, listen, there's no Fight Night Friday today. Why? Listen, we have Fight Night in New York City. Today we have Ryan Garcia, you have Devin Haney, you have Teofimo. They're all headlining a card in New York City outside of Times Square. You can go down to Times Square right now, and on the Jumbotron, you get the chance to see all the action. And if you have DAZN, you could pay for the fight on pay-per-view. Tomorrow, Canelo's fighting, and on Sunday, we have Monster Anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. If it's your first time finding the channel, blessings. I'm glad that you found the channel. This is an abbreviated video today. Yesterday, we talked about Microsoft and how they went up on prices. And you know, a lot of dudes, they take your words and they flip them around like, oh yeah, you know, Xbox, now you see they're getting out of the hardware business. And everybody takes a moment to try to justify anything that they said to make it seem like they were right and something else. And a lot of times people like to, oh, King, you're not 98% right. I'm gonna come for your crown. I think it's called incomplete syndrome. Like you're incomplete in your life and you feel like, all right, let me go after somebody that I feel is complete, that feels like if I can take them down a peg or something, that it would accomplish something in my life. I'm sorry to break the news to you. It will accomplish nothing in your life. Your life will be exactly what it is. Your life is exactly what you make it. And other people were saying that I was blaming the administration. No, I said the administration has done things like the previous administration has done things, like the administration before that. America as a whole has done things to the working class. And as a working class, we have put things on our shoulders in order to move on and to make things happen. And that's what we do. But, you know, we always had video games as our sanctuary, our comic books as our sanctuary, our hobbies that we use to distract us from everything that's going on in the world. Increasingly, the greed has crept into our hobbies. I lost hobbies one by one. My first hobby that I lost was comic books, right? Now, no, it's going to have to go deeper than that. I started losing, the first hobby was toys. Now, growing up, I would have big wheels. I would have toys. I had toys. I had G.I. Joes, Transformers, all of these stuff, toys. But as I got older, those things weren't feasible for my adult life. They just didn't fit. So I lost out on toys, and it wasn't due to anything that had to do with corporate greed or outside entities. Just life happened, right? And life allowed me to move a little bit further on in life. And I'm going to get to that point, because that point is going to make sense, because Expedition 33 just came out with the metrics on how many were actively playing or how many was sold or whatever. And it was a larger percentage of people that actually were playing on the Xbox, but there were a longer period of time that they were playing on the PlayStation. And, you know, PlayStation doubled the amount of time in hours that they played Expedition 33, while the Xbox didn't. The Xbox was like 2.2 and the PlayStation was at 4.5. And I equate that to age. The age of the individual, like when you're young, you have enough time to bullshit all day long, right? Excuse my French, but you have enough time to BS. You could do it, right? You can come from school, you could plunk in some hours, get to your homework, break dawn, stay up, do whatever. Good, a good game comes out, you could rock out. I remember when I would play a good game for hours on end. But right now, like, I will have to like wash the dog, or I will have to go run to the supermarket and go pick up some stuff. It's like different things like that will take away from my game playing. So when I looked at the Xbox, I saw 2.2. I said, that's the working class people. That's the middle class. That's them. The economy, the backbone. So I figured that is the way it's broken down. And I see it for what it is, and I understand it, right? So when life takes a hold, things get pushed to the back. And we understand that as gamers, we understand that, we know that, right? So good. I lost toys. Next up was comic books. Comic books and corporate greed priced me out of comic books. Like when it was, you got to look at it this way. Comic books itself started getting sick when we got rock star artists. When we got Todd McFarlane, shout out to my friend Todd McFarlane. When we got Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld and that Image team, you got the rock star artist that was known by the mainstream, and the price of the books jumped incredibly. And then the gimmick books started coming out with the limited edition covers, with the hologram covers, and making the book $5 and doing it. Just the ink changed and everything changed. Everything changed for the worse, in my opinion. I went from 2-cent comic books to 50-cent comic books to now comic books are $5. Can't buy it. Can't support it. I would wait for a trade paperback to come out in order for me to do that. Now we're off to video games. Video games themselves has become unsustainable in the aspect that you can't really game like how you want to. As a consumer, I game on everything. I see a lot of people say, stupid stuff like thinking that I only game in one place. I game all over. I game everywhere. I game online. I game offline. I game on retro devices. I game on current devices. I game as much as I possibly can. I see people talking about, I left consoles alone and went only to PC. Well, shut the hell up. So what? Do you? I don't give a damn. I got a PC right here. If I want to jump on my PC, I'm going to jump on my PC and play my PC games. This industry is turning it into a smaller silo, if you will. When the PlayStation, and I got to give you how things were happening. People keep forgetting price increases. When one increase the price, another one sees that the barrier is broken, they jump right in. They do it. PlayStation launches the PlayStation 5 Pro. And, I see Ryan McCaffrey put out that he's buying a PlayStation 5 Pro because he found value in it. Just say that you're buying a PlayStation 5 Pro because you want one. Do it. I mean, I brought a PlayStation 5 Pro when it wasn't an excuse to try to feel like you did something. You didn't do anything. You went out, you're a gamer. You went and brought a PlayStation 5 Pro. It wasn't because of the price of the X went up. You already got an X. You didn't do anything different. What you did was go out and game. That's all. So when the PlayStation broke that barrier price of $700 and some change, you looked at it and said, okay, who's going to go next? Xbox flirted with that number, $600, but they gave you old tech and broke that barrier. Listen, the PlayStation 5 Pro isn't no 4090. It isn't anything like that. What it is a machine that is marginally better than the base, but it gives you something that you're looking forward to as far as frames per second and everything like that. And it introduces an AI, upscale it into the box, which actually mitigates some of the frame loss that you were getting before. That's in a nutshell. Very small, very minute. Xbox did nothing different. They said, if we can crack this egg like this. What I think, honestly, is being that they all are on the ESRB, they know who's going to break price. When they figure out who's going to break price, then they say, this one goes first. I'm going to follow. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And then they go. Xbox raising the console price. All those people, and they probably figured it out. All the people that got a Series X or S right now is already where they at, right? This is going to be the year. A lot of those games are going to be Xbox Series X and S only, PlayStation 5 only, Nintendo Switch 2 only. You're going to force the previous generation to upgrade. Now, one thing you can't force is Fortnite.
30% of people that play video games will not buy a video game this year.
Wow.
So that's a third of the audience that just won't buy. A further 18% purchase a new game every 6 months or less frequently. So these are your folks that are buying Madden or EAFC, or they're picking up Call of Duty, right? Your big mass market only kind of buyer. The kind of purchaser that's watching this show, you're probably buying at least one game a month, maybe more. Only 12% of video game players buy a game once a month. Only 4% buy games more often than once per month. So, when we're talking about the developers and the publishers that are really being, hurt the most, that we're talking the most about, are the games that are really targeting this like 16% of total players that are, purchasing very frequently, while the mass majority of players are buying a game or two a year and they're playing Fortnite, Minecraft, and Roblox. And I think that's like the biggest challenge. The biggest competitor to any new video game is Fortnite. I will die on that hill no matter what it is, because you have to fight Fortnite before you fight anything else to get your game seen and purchased. And that's like the biggest challenge I think happening right now.
As Matt Piscatella said, Fortnite is the biggest barrier to everything, to be honest with you. Fortnite forces people to get down and lay down. Fortnite is what all these companies strive for. You see EA talking about they were looking to do an extraction shooter. You have Arc Raiders doing an extraction shooter. You have Marathon doing an extraction shooter. They're looking to different areas in order to get cash from us. Now, the fact that Grand Theft Auto came out, and I told you I'm Mr. 98% right all the time. I told you Grand Theft Auto would not be launching this year. Grand Theft Auto 6. The fact that Grand Theft Auto 6 is launching next year on May 26, 2026, validates the fact that I told you so. I have people betting their knees, talk about, I do this. Man, shut up. Stop always doubting something that I say if all the stuff that I've been telling you was right so far. Right? People can't see the forest for the trees because they're too emotionally invested in things. I don't get emotionally invested in something that I can do without. If they go away, then they go away. It's no sweat off my back. But people tend to wrap themselves up into these entities and these plastics to make themselves feel validated. I get it. I understand. It's called that weak accomplishment syndrome. You have to accomplish something in life that's tangible in order to feel validated in other areas. And right now, that's not possible because you're tying yourself to other people's accomplishments. Listen, all these corporations are doing the same thing. I don't think tariffs have anything to really do with the pricing structure of the Xbox, the PlayStation, or Nintendo. I honestly think that it's really has to do with what they can extrapolate from the consumer. You heard Bowser come out, that's the CEO and president of Nintendo of America, tell you that tariffs had nothing to do with their pricing. One of the honest things that he can say out of his head. But he also told you he had a switch for you. So knowing that the politics of the matter doesn't play a large role into things, because, you got people who's going to tell you something about the CHIP Act and stuff. Let's stop, please. Stop acting like you know what the hell is going on. It's just really irritating. these companies will not roll back on price. They will continue to keep the boot on your neck this whole generation. Hashtag, I don't know what the hell's going on. But this further leans into my point. The next generation of consoles are going to be overpriced. Will they be underpowered? Could you imagine a next gen console using tech that would be current, better than the tech that they have now? Think about it. You have an Xbox Series X right now, 2 terabit for $700 and something, $729, right? What do you think that console, a next gen console, would come in at? $1,000. It only stands to $1,000. Games at $90. I was paying $250 a cartridge for Neo Geo. The console cost $699. I paid $700 back then. Cartridges was $200 and some change. Games didn't look nothing like they look now. Listen, Neo Geo wasn't for everyone. Neo Geo was for niche people. Somebody wrote in my comments, they give you the poison, but they hold the cure. They gave you the poison, and the poison was price of hikes, price increases. The cure is Game Pass. These things that you don't see. You're going to jump into their subscription service. Monthly active users is what they're after from the beginning. They never cared really about half the stuff. They care about monthly active users, and they're going to make it as frustratingly impossible for you to game how you want to game. You will own nothing and be happy. That's it. Okay? So the consoles will be able, you're licensing these things. You're paying full price to own a plastic brick if they choose to brick it. One dude said, I'm part of the problem. I need to boycott. I need to pick it. Listen, your talking head could be a bot for all I know. A lot of you dudes that be in the chat, you could be robots. You could be AI. You could be part of an algorithm. I don't give a damn. What I'm saying is, as gamers, start buying your console secondhand. Listen, after the Switch 2, because that's already paid for, secondhand stuff, I'm going to wait. I'm going to figure it out. I never been that wait dude. I never been that wait guy. I never been that. I've always been day one. Got to get first. Got to have it. Got to make it happen, dude. I've been him. Every time. Yeah, so what? You know what they tell you? First opt the problems. You know, something goes wrong, early opter. That's what they get. I wait for the second iteration. I'm one of them dudes. I'm a Black Friday type of guy. Go. I'm not you. Always on the forefront, but right now, I'm looking at it kind of different. Like comic books, you kind of put me in a situation where ball or not. Now, a lot of you dudes are going to sit there and talk about all this, you balling with all this cash. Good, you're living in your mother house. That's your business. If our bills don't look the same, don't try to identify with anything I do. Do you? You're worrying about getting up, washing your ass. Wash your ass properly before you come for me. You ain't get to that level yet. Get to that level yet. You're still wet behind the ears. Breath smelling all like Similac. Come on, man. Me and you ain't the same. Go do you. I'm talking to all the gray beards out there, the people that earn this stuff. This is earned. Okay? Holding you guys up. This is earned. But there's no Fight Night Friday. There's boxing all this weekend. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. Please drink. Don't drive. Drink responsibly. If you feel like you're having too much, step away. That's all I can say for you. But I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw it around Doom. Because right now, your boy is reviewing Doom. The picture, I'm going to do a picture of the screenshot and all that, getting ready to get busy. And my review is going to be inbound. You guys are going to get it first, the members. Your members are the lifeblood of the squad. Like, follow, subscribe. Since yesterday, I got more than 60 new subs. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Share it out. Tell some more people. But this is not the normal format. This is just a Friday bus off for you dudes. Pause, man. That was wild, crazy. That was bad business. I don't know if I'm gonna be on Iron Lords this weekend. Heavy. This is gonna be a heavy weekend, boy. Your boy is gonna be in siesta mode. Crazy. Tomorrow I'm gonna go see Thunderbolts. Yesterday I saw Until Dawn. That review for Until Dawn is going up for you members, so you're gonna love it. The review for Thunderbolts is gonna go up. You're gonna love it. But also, if you're checking out the Patreon with me and Dip Down in Anime, we killing it out here with Solo Leveling. It's something to be seen, B. I'm serious. I might go to New York City Anime Con as media. If you want me to do that, I will do that for the channel. I will record everything. I will post everything. I will put everything up. Let me know if that's something that you want me to do. If you're interested in me going to Anime Con in New York City as media, get into the nitty gritty on all your favorite anime, let the kid know. I will sit on panels. I will pause. That was wild crazy. I will sit in on panels. Get all the information, bring that back to you guys. But remember, I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw it around Doom the Dark Ages. Because your boy is going to do what? Because it's coming out when? Try to play the Game Pass.